And all is well in Baltimore, Rob. They had a good win over the Tennessee Titans and Lamar Jackson's first playoff win. So props to Lamar. A lot of people, criticizing him for never winning the playoff game his first 2 years. And he was spectacular. Look, great team effort, period. But Lamar Jackson was the show. He was the reason they won. That scramble was a 57-yard touchdown run.
Yep. Outran the secondary.
Yes.
And Chris,
juke the safety. Safety got to make a better effort than that. But he tried. This was one of the fastest dudes in the league. But, yes, he was tremendous.
And the other part, too, down 10-0, it looked like, here we go
when
again.
He threw that interception.
Am I right? Didn't it look like that?
Yep, it did.
Here we go. He can't win in the playoffs. Everybody was writing their columns. It was over.
Well,
Chris,
and also when you get down, that's been the knock on them.
That he can't come back.
Down, because they can't throw the ball, so they're going to run, and then you can really shut them down. You're right, Rob. He showed not only physical greatness, but a lot of mental fortitude and toughness to not, as you said, a lot of people thinking this thing is over.
He could have easily done it himself, Chris, right? Mentally.
Yep.
Like, I just threw a pick. Oh, my God, here we go. Oh, man, I can't win, blah, blah, blah. That unanimous MVP doesn't mean anything. We just ran off 6 wins in a row to end the season. We're putting up 40 points every game, and we're down 10-0, and I'm playing like poo-poo. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it didn't derail him or stop him. He played through it. And they came back with a resounding win. That is a big win for them, Chris, because their defense is good. They've been putting up points. They've been scoring. They got the monkey off their back. It's all, to me, the Ravens, and even, sure, they have bigger fish to fry, Chris. Sure, they want to get to the Super Bowl and all those other things. But they don't have to play scared anymore that they can't win a playoff game. Some of the pressure has been relieved. Not all of it, but some of it. They can just go out and play. There's no questions about, can he win you a football game in the playoffs? He did it. I'm serious. I think it's a big breakthrough for the Ravens and for Lamar.
I think it's a breakthrough. I think you went a little far. I don't think they were going out there playing scared. If they were playing scared, they wouldn't have won that game.
No, but I'm saying when you start to lose it, and that's all people are talking about.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the reporters are all asking about it, but it's a great win. It's great for him. Even if they had lost, I think the narrative would have been, he can't win you a playoff game, this and that. It would have been overstated, Rob. We know this. He's very young in his career. It's no shame as a young player, losing some playoff games. But it is good that he got it off his back. And more importantly, I think they're tough. I mean, look, my pick is Kansas City. And I think they're the best team in football. But Buffalo is tough. Baltimore is tough. And I know Kansas City has handled Baltimore. He even said it himself. Lamar, they have been his kryptonite. And they waxed them earlier in the year. What was the score? It was a blowout.
Yeah, but they haven't waxed anybody since week 8, though.
No, but 34-20. But if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm certainly not, and I don't think the Chiefs would do this either. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't think, we've owned these guys. We've been able to shut Lamar down. We're in his head. He himself said we're his kryptonite. You better come out there. And I know they don't even meet. They're playing the Browns. So, they may not even get to Lamar. But Buffalo, and if they meet Kansas City, you can't overlook this team. They're tough. Like you said, the defense is legit. I do think it's a significant win. I don't agree that they were out there playing scared and stuff. But I do think it's a good win. Gets the monkey off his back. And it's going to give them a little bit more confidence. And so, they're going to be – you're going to have to beat them because that's a big win. Tennessee is physical. They're tough. They held Derrick Henry to like 40 yards.
40 yards, carries. Chris. 40 yards. I mean, what? For their defense? How do you not feel great about that? Where was that game played, Chris?
Tennessee.
In Tennessee. What? You had a guy who rushed for 2,000 yards this year to 40 yards in his own crib?
Yep.
Please.
Yep.
You were down 10-0?
Yeah, they did a good job. And I when it was 10-0, Rob, I was thinking Tennessee had that thing.
You and everybody, Chris. You and everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
And they Baltimore outscored them 20-3 the rest of the way. So good win. And Lamar had, he had a couple nice passes. The interception, the first pick, was a horrible pass. That was another thing. It was like, my God, it wasn't just an interception. It was a horrible pass.
Right. Sometimes guys make good plays to make interceptions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every interception isn't always that you threw it right to him. A guy make a diving catch.
Yep.
Or
a receiver
outstretches.
drops a ball, is tipped or something like that.
Exactly. There's a lot of interception. But I picked Baltimore to go to the Super Bowl before the season started. I really like where they are. They've come a long way, Chris. We were talking on this show when they were on the outside looking in. Do you remember? They were on the outside looking in.
Right.
It's been a remarkable turnaround. And then when they played Cleveland, that game.
Slow up.
Nah, I'm not slowing up.
Remarkable turnaround.
Yes, they were bad.
This is a team that a lot of people picked to get to the Super Bowl.
But not the way.
Talking about?
But not the way that they played.
It's all
when
about
they were
perception. They had a little dry spell. They won 11 games. Rob, you acted like they were 9.
But they won their last 6 to win 11 games.
Chumps.
Nah, I'm not buying that. They were a bad football team.
Every other team,
I'm not doing that.
If they didn't beat great teams, you always
poo-poo they were down and out. They were down and out, and a lot of people counted them out. They were on the outside looking in. That team should never have been out of the playoff picture. That they have way too much talent, but they played poorly. And you even questioned it. Oh, are they going to make the playoffs? I don't know how many times you said. So many times you said, well, they might not make it this year. They might not make it. They're on the outside.
Didn't say that many times.
You said it a few times.
I may have said it once.
And the bottom line is
they beat the Cowboys, the Browns. That's a good win, 47-42. They beat the Jaguars. They beat the New York Giants and the Bengals to end the season. So I'm just saying, slow.
How did they beat them? Did they beat them by 3 points?
They beat the Giants 27-13. You proud of that? That's great.
Yeah, I am proud of that. 27-13. Look at what are the other scores? Can you go through some of the other scores that they put up?
The Bengals without Joe Burrow.
I don't care who's there. Did they put up 40 points?
Now you don't care.
Did they put up 40 points?
When it's Kansas City,
that's not what I'm talking about.
When it's somebody else, you always say, well, they didn't beat anybody. I'm a big stickler for who you beat.
I'm talking about where that team was, where that team
beat anybody.
No, where that team was. They went to Cleveland that had 10 wins, and they beat Cleveland there and had to come from behind and score 47 points.
That was a good win.
That's a signature win, Chris. That's during the stretch.
The remarkable turnaround. Nobody thought they couldn't play. They still had that defense. Nobody was saying they couldn't play. They were in a rough patch. Yes, they lost 4 or 5. But I don't think anybody was saying, they're the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, a lot of people counted them out. I'm not counting them out now.
Nobody
I'm back.
counted them out. No, they said that they're out of the playoffs. That was a statement of fact. That wasn't saying, they're no good. Lamar can't play.
I don't know what you were reading and watching, but I was reading other stuff where people started to say if this team was even going to make it, if they could turn it around.
It was a legitimate question.
All right, but my point is, I thought that they had too much talent, and Lamar has bounced back. That's all. I think it's tremendous, and I still think they're coming out of the AFC. I do.
I just think you're going overboard with some of your words. Tremendous, remarkable. Slow down. It was a good win.
Yeah, like Jordan-esque, right? That's over the top.
I mean, he's only been an MVP and a Super Bowl champion in his first 2 years.
But it's still over the top. So he ain't win no damn 6 championships to talk about
Stop it. He hadn't even played 6 years. Can you keep it on?
That's Jordan-esque.
Stop.
1 championship ain't Jordan-esque.
6 years,
6 championship is why you say Jordan-esque, Chris, not 1.
Oh, so you can't say it until he wins 6? Really?
No, because 1 ain't Jordan-esque.
Well, everybody doesn't have to sit and wait until it happens to say it like you.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Some people can make projections. I don't know that's your point. I'm saying I can sometimes look at somebody.
And some people are just prisoner of the moment, and they get over the top. And you talk about me going over the top.
Is overrated?
That's what
is that
you
what you're
are.
Saying?
That's not what I said. You ain't hear me say that.
You did, because I'm not the only one that's compared him to Michael Jordan.
That's it. Oh no, you are. You said you coined it. I'm not the one
that said.
You said you coined it. You're the one who said. You're the one bragging about it. You're the one.
Everybody copied.
You said he was going to win the MVP this year. It was hands down. You remember that? Let's get that hot take.
And that was fine.
Let's get that hot take.
What, you want a cookie?
No, I don't want to. I'm just saying.
MVP pick,
no, we're all wrong. All I'm saying is a lot of people counted out the Baltimore Ravens, and they're back. They're back.
Stop
a lot of people.
You want a pat on the back? You've been patting yourself
I'm
on the back.
myself.
I don't need to pat you on the back.
I'm telling you that I picked them. That's all.
Will you stop
it? Was a remarkable turnaround from left for dead to 6 wins in a row. And they went to Tennessee and stopped a 2,000-yard rusher. Held them to 40.
Cowboys, Giants, Jaguars. Will you slow down? Stop it. My goodness. I give you, they're playing well. I'm just saying the words you're throwing out are a little bit outlandish.
Ridiculous.
That's all the brother's saying. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a good game. Woo! It's going to be a good one with them in Buffalo. That's going to be fun to watch. And
what
at
if
this
the Browns
point,
upset the Chiefs? Are you going to be rooting for the Browns? You're from Cleveland.
Nah, I'm rooting for Kansas City.
Why?
That was my
I thought
pick.
You were a Browns fan.
That was my pick. I ain't say I was Brown. I said I'm from Cleveland.
Yes, you are. Oh, you said you wanted the Browns. You don't want the Browns to win?
I wanted them to beat the Steelers.
That's where your parents live. All of a sudden, you're not with the Browns. Because you want your narrative to be right. You don't want to. You don't want to go back.
It's a pick.
Okay.
I want to rub it in your face.
Now, what does that sound?
No, but like? I like Pat Mahomes, but I do think he. Look, at this point, nothing's guaranteed, and so obviously you feel good if you're Kansas City or if you want them to win, but you got to go out there and do it, and so. We will see, but if they lose, I'll take it like a man. We'll talk about it, and I won't say, "Oh, let's talk about something else." I don't want to talk about it. No, we'll talk about it, and they'll lose. They ain't gonna win it every year. That's just not gonna happen. Are you as high on the Ravens as Rob is? Your turn to weigh in.
All right, let's kick it off with Marvell in Mississippi. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Marvell?
Hey, what's up, couple? It's actually Marcel in Mississippi.
Marcel,
long time, no talk, but
yes, thank you. I'm sorry it wasn't spelled here right. I'm sorry, no problem, buddy. All right, you know the spell what is it? Autocorrect sometimes.
No, it's all good. It's been a minute since I called, but man, I'm glad to hear y'all doing good. Anyway, as far as the Ravens, man, I'm not high on them, to be honest. I don't think they get past the Bills. I'm rooting for Lamar. I want to see him make it, and he got that stigma off his back. But if you look at it, man, the Bills, they got a great defense. The offense, Josh Allen can run. They got a nice running back core, and they got receivers. So, and then as far as the Ravens stopping Derrick Henry, it's kind of easy to do so because that's a feature back. I just don't see them making it.
It ain't that easy to do. I mean, how can you say it's easy to do?
It's easy.
Other people would have done it by now. 40 yards in a playoff game?
I didn't say it was easy.
You actually did.
You did say that. You said
it's
easy to do.
It's kind of easy to do. But anyway.
He's the show. I get that. And look.
That's what I meant.
A lot of times he wears you down, right? I was expecting maybe a big fourth quarter from him, because he'll wear you down. I wasn't surprised to see him getting stuffed early in the game. That happens. But they didn't give up the ghost, and he obviously didn't run wild late in the game either.
Thanks for the call, buddy. We appreciate it. Glad you're still out there. Shaq in Richmond, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. That's a neighborhood in New York. What's up, Shaq?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all been?
Doing good,
man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Trying to make it, but hey, Chris, you got some amnesia when it comes to the Ravens, man. I remember you vividly laying into them like 2 or 3 months ago.
Thank you.
Oh man,
What the hell?
this
Go
is
tell
a
me what I
fall
said.
from grace. Oh, Lamar, the MVP not going to make the playoffs. Did they figure him out?
Yes.
I remember all of that. And
I said if the MVP doesn't make the playoffs?
No, I'm saying you were like what Lamar
They were
said.
out
He's
of
reigning
the
MVP,
playoffs.
and he's not. Yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying like don't act like the pressure wasn't like heightened for some weird reason. Like, oh, this is what we've been waiting on. Like Lamar, like he about to fall apart. Like they done figured him out. Like it was all of that talk.
I'm just saying nobody thought they were a bad team. I don't remember anybody thinking they were a bad team. Falling off a little bit, not what they.
No, people thought like they were like going like tanking, like going like in the dirt, like.
Yes,
yeah,
like they were not going to make the playoffs.
They were out of the playoffs. People thought they might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, but people with that talent, that's all we're trying to say, Chris. You were a little harder than you're trying to act. You got amnesia right now, as if Shaq that he doesn't know what he said, but it's all good.
Shaq,
you know how Chris rolls. He forgets stuff when he goes crazy on stuff, but it's all good.
Well, go ahead, Shaq. What's your point?
What's your point? Good, but no, I think that, and it hurt me, man, because I'm a big Lamar fan. Been a Lamar fan since I found out about him in Pompano Beach, and I'm a Titans fan, so that hurt to see them lose. But I think they're legit, man. I think they're actually a little better coming into the playoffs than last year because they're hot, man. A lot of people don't realize last year the Titans, my team, we caught them slipping because they pretty much were off for 3 weeks, and it's hard to rev that engine up like after sitting out a month, but. I think it's better to play like through the wild card and get your momentum going. And I think they're sharp, man. I think they're going to go up there and beat Buffalo.
I do too.
Well,
Thanks,
look,
Shaq.
I think it'd be foolish to say that they're not a legit contender because they're a good team.
Terry in D.C., you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Terry?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
How you doing?
All right. I kind of agree with both of y'all. More with Chris. I think they are definitely legit, but I don't think they're going to win. I think the road is too tough, but I do think they're catching a break, and which every playoff team is catching a break that's going on the road with no fans. I think that can't be overstated. To go up there and don't have to. I think with no fans and you're a young team, and you don't have to deal with that element. I think the Rams caught a break now have to deal with that element against Seattle. I think in the NBA finals or before the finals, the playoffs, the bubbles, when young players don't have to deal with that element.
Even now, they're not. There's no fans.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to. That's definitely overstated.
That's true. So, I mean, I'm not going to take away from what Baltimore did, but yeah, you don't have the typical home field advantage or disadvantage. There's no doubts about it.
Right. And so I think that's going to play a big part, and that's why I give Baltimore even more of a chance to win because of that fact.
All right, Terry, thanks for the call. Appreciate
Would you agree with that, Rob?
Nah, I don't know. It didn't help the Bears. It didn't help the other teams that lost.
The Bears they're not that good. That's why it didn't
that's
help
what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
They could have been playing in Mitch Trubisky's backyard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I think the crowd sometimes, but you still got to play.
The stats have shown, though.
Yeah,
the stats have shown that home field
I've seen
teams aren't
people get upset on their home. Philadelphia, right?
But Rob, nobody's saying it's a rule. Like it's automatic. It's just saying it is. You don't have to deal with the adverse crowds, and you don't get the benefit of your crowd. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, I'm just not that big into that. I'm just not into it. Brian in El Paso, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Brian?
Hey, what's up? First of all, it's Ryan from El Paso with an R. He didn't really understand me, but it's all good. How you fellas doing today?
All right, Ryan. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. First time, long time, so I just want to go ahead and start off 6'1", 185.
All right.
And,
you're in good shape.
All right.
There we go. And I got a couple of things. So
of course, you can say that. It's easy to say that on the radio.
Yeah, you know,
you might be 5'3", 290.
Right. Exactly.
Nah. You check my IG. But nevertheless, I got a couple things. First things first. Hats off to Lamar Jackson getting the big old monkey off his back. He is no longer 0-2. Lamar Jackson can do it all. MVP, but can't win in the playoffs. Always seems to choke. So I'm extra happy about that. Another thing, shout out to the Browns. I'm tired of all these Steelers fans clowning and choking and talking all sorts of trash about how you guys went 14-2 last year, but you're one and done again. So I wanted to say to all the Pittsburgh fans, how's it feel being one and done by the Cleveland Browns, who were just some gray faces, according to Juju. And shout out to Martell, who said it was easy to stop Derrick Henry. What kind of bud has he got? Where can
That's what he said. He did say it was easy. And I
did.
know
He did.
I know what he was trying to say. Like if somebody's a feature part of the offense, but then you would be able to stop Jerry Rice. You would have been able to stop like a lot of great players. You
others
could
have,
focus on them.
You could say a Rice had other weapons, but here, Rob, the thing is, if it was every week, it's the same thing. Every week they went in there thinking it's the Derrick Henry show,
and he got 2,000 yards, so it didn't work.
Exactly. And see, the thing is, what a lot of people forget about is the previous meeting that went to overtime. We were without Big Baby Williams, and we were without Calais Campbell. Now this time we had Derek Wolfe, Calais Campbell, and Brandon Williams, and we all saw the end result. And that was 14 carries for 40 yards, and that was great. I loved every minute of that.
You know
we made
what?
Tannehill one-dimensional.
Nah,
Hollywood Brown caught the ball.
Big.
It was.
The Packers did it to Barry.
Hollywood looked good.
The Packers did it to Barry Sanders. That's not even the worst. Chris, I told you this before. The Packers held Barry Sanders to -1 yard on 13 carries in a playoff game. Think about that.
Yeah, that's
-1 yard.
Barry only played 2 playoff games, I think.
2 or 3.
Yeah,
Because remember, they won in '91, so they had another game. I think he played.
Right,
Yeah.
you're right.